Hey designer toy fans, are you looking for a new store to check out?
Yes, we are!
Have you ever been to Rotofugi in Chicago, Illinois?
No, we haven't!
Well, you might want to check it out. It's been there since July of 2004, and they have everything designer toys. Everything you can imagine that would be designer toys, including Kid Robot,
Pins,
Safubi,
plush,
Pop Vinyl,
and so much more.
Make sure to head over to rotofugi.com and check out their online store as well, where you can pick up things and have them delivered right to your door. But if you're in the Chicago area, make sure to stop in and say hi to the Rotofugi crew.
Hey everyone, welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the designer toy, art, street art, and Safubi world. I'm your host, Travis Likens.
And I'm Ben Pierce.
And we're here for episode 44.
54.
54. We just went over this.
We just jumped back 10 episodes.
Which we are calling the Countdown.
Countdown to Comic-Con.
To DesignerCon. So DesignerCon 2007.
Countdown to DesignerCon.
Okay, now that Ben's done.
Brat.
Wow. Okay, so we're back. It's DesignerCon 2017 taking place November 11th and 12th in beautiful Pasadena, California.
Burbank, super adjacent
to Burbank, California. Now that we've officially ripped off every other show except Martian Toy Hour, we can move forward on our show. So the way we're kind of going to approach this is first we're going to tell you a little bit about us and what we're doing at DesignerCon. So,
I thought we were about to get intimate on talking about ourselves.
Well, I guess we can talk a little bit about ourselves. So the way this is working out is that if you're coming to our DesignerCon booth,
The frickin' 16!
The TF16 over in Hall C, you will find
The bathroom.
Yes, it's not too far away. I can direct you over that way. So you'll find the bots. Jen and Tony will be in attendance, and myself, Travis, and occasional guest of the show, my
Jennifer.
wife, Jenny. So she will be attending with us. So Ben can't make it this year. He has his own big event that's taking place in the next few weeks, couple of days. Who knows?
Next hours.
So Ben will be on Baby Watch 2017, awaiting the arrival of his child. So he was a little busy, couldn't attend DesignerCon. So if you were looking to meet Ben, it's not the year.
You'd be disappointed anyway if you met me. So
Ben won't be making it out, but Jenny and I are actually leaving on Sunday.
Sunday.
And we are driving to California from Ohio. So we have a fun-filled week ahead of us, going from the Midwest to the West Coast and going out for the convention. So what you'll find there from UVD Toys will be a couple of prototypes. We showed off one. You're seeing the photo of it now. We've been working with Mike Fudge for the past 10 months or so on a new figure based on his design called Cub. So it's one of his classic bear figures designed in a way that it's carrying a backpack, wearing a hoodie and all, but we haven't revealed the whole thing, so I want to keep that a little bit surprised what the full look looks like. So if you want to see that, stop by TF16 DesignerCon weekend. You'll get to see that. We'll also have another prototype which we'll be revealing in the next week or so, like teasing, I guess. We're not fully revealing any of this until DesignerCon. So look on our Instagram at Urban Vinyl Daily to keep up with the latest reveals on what's new in the world of UVD Toys. As we mentioned in the previous episode, we will have some new pens. Right now, we can say that is Jeremiah Kettner and Dave Perillo. We'll have more reveals of those. Those are actually supposed to arrive today.
Dun, dun, dun.
But lo and behold, somehow way, I guess the address got jacked up somehow, and DHL informed me they could not find my house. So I had to call them.
It's pretty typical then.
And then they were like, oh, well, it has the wrong zip code and house number, so we'll just blame it on the factory. But I don't know what happened there. So they will be here tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have some new photos and whatnot to show off to you here in the next day or so. Maybe early next week we'll release that. So you'll get to see what those new pens look like. I can tell you they will be $10 each. They'll be on a backer card, and they will be available at TF16. We will also have, of course, Luna available
Luna.
in both the gray edition and the blue edition. I mentioned this previously on the show, but you'll be able to pick up either one colorway for $60 or both colorways
For the steal of $100.
$100. Bring me cash, and we'll walk away with your Lunas. And while you're there, you can have the bots draw on the box or something. I don't know. They'll probably have a box. They'll probably have a pen, to draw with.
This assumes that they actually know what the bots look like.
It could be. You could ask me. You're just like, hey, Travis, are you going to draw on the box? Nope.
I'm not the bots.
I'm not the bots. So, but yeah, so they'll be at the booth. You can get something signed. You can do that, all that kind of stuff while you're there. So they are bringing some stuff too. They haven't officially revealed or announced anything, but they will have items available at the booth. If you just want to come by, say hi. They haven't really done like an official signing yet for the Dunny series, the Scared Silly. Come by, get your Dunny signed. Say hi, shake a hand, tell them what your favorite design is, whatever you want to say to them. I guess you can say to them at that point about their series as well. So
that sounds like a spectrum of things that could be said.
So they'll be at TF16. I will say it is kind of a small booth, so I can't guarantee that all four of us will be there at the same time at any time during the day. So
what you're saying is Jen and Tony will definitely be there. You, Jenny, not so much.
Yeah, we're not really that important. But yeah, so just a heads up. I know some of you guys care about this. We will be accepting cash and card. So we have the ability to accept credit card.
No traveler's checks, apparently.
No traveler's checks. I don't want to take a check either. So
what about Bitcoin?
I will take PayPal transfer too. If you want to PayPal transfer me right there, once I see it come through, I'll give you your product. So I'll take that too. If you want to give me Bitcoin, I'll take full Bitcoins in the form of payment for for every item. So you give me one Bitcoin, you can have one of everything. Also,
I don't know who's getting screwed on that deal, but I'll let someone else figure that out.
So also we will have on display some of the remaining customs from the Luna custom show that took place back in May at Rotofugi. They were nice enough to let us take those back, and now we will have them available for purchase and just on display for you if you want to see some of the stuff that was created for that show and didn't get to be in Chicago or whatever. You can now check it out. So I don't have off the top of my head because I do not have them in my possession at the moment. I know that J-Ruse will be there. I know that let's see, Doc A's will be there. And that's the only two I know off the top of my head. I believe there are 4 that will be there. So I will have to go back and look at the other 2 that are still remaining. Like I said, I'm not getting those until Saturday. So I will not know what we have until then. So
it's a blind box of customs.
There'll be 4-ish customs on display from our Luna show. So if you're a fan of what happened there at that Luna show, or if you just want to see what our artists have been doing on the Luna platform, which I feel weird saying platform because I don't think it's a platform toy, but lack of better words, it's a platform. You can come check that out at booth TF16. So that's most of the big stuff we have going on. There is one more possible surprise that will be on display, but right now I'm not really comfortable saying it's going to be there for sure. So we'll just leave that off until, stop by our booth and you can check it out. Maybe it'll be there. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be big news. Maybe you won't care. I don't know. So
I prefer
see.
the former and not the latter.
Yeah, I would really prefer that you really are excited for what we are doing, but I can't guarantee. I don't know.
Anything.
Yeah. So.
Death and taxes.
Exactly. So let's see here. So I guess we should probably roll into and start talking about some things that are going on at DesignerCon that aren't necessarily tied to us. Even though we do love to have shows that totally revolve around UVD and Urban Vinyl Daily, but lo and behold, that's not a very exciting show. Nope. So we only have a few things to talk about. So I guess Ben, I'll let you go first because your thing is not necessarily directly at DesignerCon.
So first thing I have is that Shepard Fairey started showing off images and progress shots of an art show called Damage that he will be having November 11th, which is the Saturday of DesignerCon at a place to be determined, but it is in conjunction with the Library Street Collective of Detroit. And so if you go to Shepard Fairey's website or just type in Shepard Fairey Damaged Los Angeles, you can get to an Eventbrite and you can actually email, I think, Hannah at...
No, she was from the promotion thing. So who you want to email is info@lscgallery.com.
And so that serves as your RSVP for the event so that you can know where to go and what time to show up. But
Yeah,
I think it's 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. somewhere in Los Angeles.
Yeah, so if you go specifically, there's also a link you can go to. It is at lscgallery.com. You go to the upcoming events, click Damaged, and then about halfway down the page, there is a place where you can click here to RSVP. So if you don't want to go through the process of emailing, you can just click the link and RSVP. It looks like a really cool show. I mean, obviously, if you have the chance to check out Shepard Fairey's work in person, it's a very cool thing to see. I mean, he does really cool inspirational work. If you're not a fan of the political aspect, I encourage you not to like pay attention to that part and just check out the the process and how he does his work. It's just really, really cool to see in person. And luckily, I've had the chance a couple of times. So
yeah,
highly encourage anybody that's looking for something to do after DesignerCon and don't want to check out the after party, that this is a very strong candidate for something you should go look at after the show.
Hey Ben, have you ever been to Chicago?
Well, yes, I have, Travis.
Well, next time you're there, you should make sure to stop and check out this place called Gallery F.
Wow, I've never heard of them before. Where are they located?
They are found at 2415 North Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago, Illinois, and they feature some of the best artists that you can find around.
Really?
They have a major focus on local Chicago artists like J.C. Rivera, L.O., Penny Pinch, T. Monet, and many, many more. And they also bring in people from all over the country and world.
Wow, I'll really have to check them out. Hopefully there's a brewery down the street.
Yeah, you can get yourself a drink and then head over and check out all the posters and original screen prints that they do offer as well in the gallery.
Do they have a downstairs gallery?
Yes, they do. It's called the Underground. You can check out this and more by heading over to galleryf.com.
So next piece of news from DesignerCon is that we have information coming from, how do you say his name? Mayorama? So he's an artist, and recently he worked with Bottleneck Gallery to come up with a print that is based on the classic 90s TV show Batman the Animated Series. So if you go to @JMARUYAMA, you can actually see the print over on Instagram. And what it is he worked with Bottleneck Gallery to release an official release of it, but he has artist proofs. And those will be available at his booth, number 401. Well, actually, it's at the Cuddly Destruction booth, number 401. And they're officially Warner Brothers licensed, and they sold out in minutes online. So this is your last chance to get one before they are gone. So you'll want to get...
Or on eBay.
Or on eBay. If you want to pay like actual price for it, this is probably your last chance. So I highly encourage any Batman of the Animated Series fan, because it's a really cool print. It's like he's sitting in front of his Batcave like TVs that were on in the animated series.
Yeah.
And he's like got a picture of each, I don't know if that's every villain from the show,
The
but
prominent ones.
the prominent ones, yeah, at least. And it's just a really cool looking print for any fan of the TV show. So I highly encourage you to check out booth number 401 and grab one of these early and often, because there are not going to be many left from the sounds of it. So that is at booth 401, Cuddly Destruction.
Another piece of news from me that is undecon related is Toy Stories, which is a show that goes from November 4th through December 15th at the Bruce Lurie Gallery in Los Angeles, California. And so effectively it's an exhibit all about toys, which features 2D and 3D art, so paintings, pictures, and then those that are of the carded variety and I'm sure regular custom variety. So artists of note that I'm sure you're very familiar with are Psychedelic, Dollar Slice Bootlegs. You'll be blown away by Josh Mayhem stuff, I'm sure. And then there's the 2D artists such as Kristen Tursick and Shelley Corbett and a handful of others. So you can check out any of those artists that were mentioned and look at the show flyer and get the information.
Next up, Candie Bolton.
Candie Bolton
is working on some custom versions of her Bake Kaijura Safubi figure. Looks like she's going to be at booth number 1225. And currently what she's working on is called the Rainbow Galaxy colorway of the figure. It features a lot of detail as far as kind of having the galaxy look to it. It also has some stars and all kinds of stuff just kind of like worked into it. And it's a really cool version of the figure. It appears from the photo, it looks like there's an addition of 3 but there could be more. She just may not have taken a photo of all of them. Looks like, again, booth number 1225, not a ton of info as far as what's going on with it is concerned, but I know this is a highly sought after figure, so I would highly suggest going over early or keeping up with at Candie, Candie Bolton, Bolton, on Instagram for her latest reveal. I guess we forgot to mention this early on when we were talking about our trip to DesignerCon, but this will be our last episode before DesignerCon. So any of the stuff we talk about, I highly encourage you to check them out on their social media sites to make sure none of this information changes or they provide some sort of update as far as how they're releasing things. Because right now we're just kind of operating off of what the information has been revealed so far. And DesignerCon has been a bit of a black hole. The information is starting to pour in, but I think next week is when it's all going to hit. So
Pretty much.
So what's up, Ben? You're up.
Let's see. Greg Mishka showed off some of his psycho apes that he's going to have. So he showed off an image of, I think, like an orange and reddish one that I think is a highlight of some of the ones that he'll have.
Yeah, so he has an addition from what I understood on that release, but he hasn't given off a lot of information. But if you're a fan of the Psycho Ape, this is a good chance to pick one up. It's been a little while, I think, since there's been an edition. So if you want to grab one, check out the Mishka booth at DesignerCon. They didn't list a number from what I can see. So look on the map over on designercon.com and you'll figure that out. Next piece of news I got is that at booth number 320, Tracy Tubera will be showing off his latest collaboration with Mana Studios. So if you guys don't know, the past few years, Tracy Tubera has been releasing a massive resin sculpture with Mana Studios. So this year it looks like he's bringing alive his Maximum Effort print, which was released, I believe, last year at DesignerCon, if not slightly before. And what it features is a version of Deadpool holding a taco in the classic Jordan pose. So like the Jordan brand logo. And he also is wearing a pair of Jordan 4s. So what he showed off so far, it looks like, is the 3D rendering of the figure. But it does say that this will be on display at DesignerCon. So I don't know if it's going to be a fully release or if it's going to be a pre-order like he's done in the past for his figures. Look for more information to be coming from Tracy in the next week or so, I would say. So head over to at Tracy Tubera. That is TracyTubera on Instagram and keep up with the latest information regarding that project.
Something interesting I saw last week is coming from Mir One, graffiti artist and designer of such, that he has a Darth Tut figure that is coming out. So it's Darth Vader helmet, King Tutified, at booth 1032. And that looks like it's in conjunction with the number 13, the brand. And so I think there's going to be a handful of these. It actually it's really cool. It's pretty much like it's the Darth Vader helmet, so it's, I guess, similar to the Darth Vader project, but kind of tutified.
Yeah, so if he was like King Tut, this is what Darth Vader would look like. Pretty cool looking.
Hey everyone, this is Travis Likens from the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, and we're here today to tell you about a store.
We've got Strange Cat Toys, they've got toys for you, and some beard supplies, so check them out.
StrangeCatToys.com, where you'll receive 10% off if you use the code UVD at checkout.
Next up, we haven't really talked about this yet, but it looks like the artist proof edition of a upcoming Dunny that Juan Munez and Kid Robot are teaming up to release. At DesignerCon, they will have the exclusive glow-in-the-dark edition, but it looks like Juan is going to be selling his artist proof edition of the standard figure. So this one's kind of in the classic Juan Munez colorway that like his Philippe character is designed in. So this one, it's not the glow-in-the-dark, but I think I kind of like this one a little bit better than the glow-in-the-dark edition. Personally, I'm not a big glow-in-the-dark guy. It's just not something that like attracts me. And this one looks more like Juan's classic character. I think it's an interesting idea. It has like a record player, and on the back side it has like a plug and an on and off switch, it looks like. And then there's also a speakers coming out of the ear. So it's kind of like a music-inspired piece. I do enjoy it as far as it being a music-inspired thing. So I don't know if you want it, if it's up to something up your alley and you want to get the AP, say hi, get a signature. It looks like it also comes with a sticker and a mini print that is exclusive only to DesignerCon. You'll want to stop by booth number 719 and grab one for your collection before they're gone.
So, an episode would not be complete without pin news. And this may peeve off a lot of people, but there is a vendor-exclusive decon pin as designed by Mr. Scott Tolleson and is effectively the mascot that has continuously been with decon, but with this being the superhero-themed decon edition of 2017, the character is all superified with a cape, a mask, and all of the accoutrements. So the pin itself is carded, and it's produced by Yesterdays and will be available at every booth and table and is vendor only. So you need to cuddle up with your favorite vendor or your least favorite vendor and try to buy their pin from them if you are a pin hawk of sorts. And you just have to have every pin or everything Scott Tolleson.
Or you hope that they don't want it and they just give it to you. One or the other.
All of the above.
I can only assume that this is like a limited colorway to vendors, but there's going to be another one like for patrons to buy. So keep your eye out at DesignerCon on Instagram, and hopefully they'll reveal more information. So I guess we'll just hit all this Scott Tolleson news all at once here.
Might as well.
So we talked about last week, I believe it was, that the Kappa figure, sculpted by Seriously Silica, would be making its appearance at DesignerCon. Turns out that this is being produced by Unboxed Industries, so it's going to be making its full debut at DesignerCon. They haven't showed off the full figure yet, but it does look really, really cool, and they're saying that there's more info that will be coming, so I would say check out at Unbox Industries on Instagram or at Mr. Scott Tolleson to keep up with that one, see what's going on with it. It looks really cool. Kind of has like the shell is done so awesome. Kind of has kind of reminds me of the old Ninja Turtles. You know?
Oh yeah, with Toka. Razor or what?
Yep.
Toka.
Yep. So if you want to learn more about that one, check those guys out. He is also going to have the first ever release of his new dad bod, Deadbeat. Say that 10 times fast, as the Instagram post says. It's the first official release of the dad bod Deadbeat. He doesn't have any information on it. I can only assume he's going to have it at his booth he is sharing with Broke Piggy, which I don't have their booth number at the moment. It's looks like it's a red edition of the figure. It's a pretty cool change up from the original design, and it was sculpted by none other than Double G Toys, aka George Gaspar, and looks like it'll fit right in with your Deadbeat collection if you have it. And I do kind of like the change up of it and the fat belly and all that stuff. So it's kind of cute, cool at the same time. But there's also news coming from Scott that his Bao or Bow, or however you want to say that.
I'd go with Bow.
Bow figure, which is based on the dumpling, will be making its return in a loving this colorway. He doesn't have a picture of it. But it's coming from Pober Toys, and it will be releasing at DesignerCon. Again, he doesn't provide any information as far as what it's going to be. So if you want to check out more, keep up with the latest updates, I'd say follow at Mr. Scott Tolleson over on the old Instagram. So it looks like Scott is up to a lot of stuff per usual.
The Captain Kegrite by Nicky Davis and Martian Toys and JPK is making a glow-in-the-dark debut at DesignerCon. And it says, according to the Instagrams, to see the Toy Chronicle for more details.
So head over to toychronicle.com and then search for the post. I'm sure you'll find it. So if you want to keep up with all the DKE Toys releases that'll be going on at their booth number 812 during the event, you'll want to head over to at Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, Joe, J-O, Marks, M-A-R-K-S. That's where they reveal all the pieces and all the photos, or you can check out dketoys.com/blog. Sorry, I am choking on my own self, so hold on, I'm going to cough.
That just means he's sucking on his hand.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just dying over here.
He's getting all choked up.
I'm getting all choked up because Ben's not coming with us.
I know. It's a sad day.
So I am dying over here. Anyway, so looks like DesignerCon is shaping up pretty good this year. It's still unfortunate that we don't have a ton of information to share at this point. But
this is per usual, where we get like the massive info dump the day before and we just don't talk about it because that's their own fault for not letting us know at an appropriate amount of time.
So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of slow as far as news is concerned. And I've heard other people kind of mentioning that as well. But like you said, it's kind of per usual. It's like 1 week before, and that's when everything comes out. So, if you're a fan of DesignerCon related news, I would say make sure to check out SpankyStokes.com or ToyChronicle.com.
Or hashtag DesignerCon on Instagram.
Or hashtag DesignerCon on Instagram, DesignerCon 2017. That's probably the best way you're going to find stuff as far as, between the blogs and through hashtag DesignerCon or DesignerCon 2017. Because you're not going to get it from us. So we're only able to provide what we can kind of discern this week, like we said, since we won't be doing an episode next week and giving you guys an update. We are going to try to keep up photos and Instagram stories and all that kind of stuff as far as what we can see going on at DesignerCon. So if you want to keep up with that, make sure to follow us at Urban Vinyl Daily on Instagram. And we'll provide you with the best coverage that we can while being trapped at a booth and only walking around from time to time. We're also going to attempt to attend, some of the events that are going on around the city or at some of the DesignerCon events. We're going to do our best. We'll see what happens that weekend. And then the next week, we're going to assume Ben will be a father by then.
Here's to hoping.
And actually, I will be on a vacation. So we won't have an episode for the next 2 weeks. So if you're a fan of us, we apologize. We're taking a hiatus again. If you're not a fan of us,
this one much shorter than the last one.
If you're not a fan of us, you're going to love this. This is a great time for you not to listen to us every week. So, but you were probably already doing that anyway. So, it's kind of it for this week. Like I said, we'll do our best. Maybe post some photos when we see some stuff on Instagram. Keep you guys up to date with what's going on with DesignerCon. Maybe we'll share some reposts and that kind of stuff. And try to do our best. But like we said, it's still kind of slow as far as DesignerCon is concerned out here in the old toy world. But as always, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
Have a great designer toy day. Thanks for checking out our video right here on youtube.com/Urban Vinyl Daily. While you're here, make sure to give us a subscribe and a like. And if you're so gracious, you can share this video on your favorite social network. You can always give us a follow on Instagram or Twitter at Urban Vinyl Daily, or find us on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Urban Vinyl Daily, and you'll be able to keep up with our latest posts and information going on in the world of UVD. If you want to help us out in more of a monetary way, you can always head over to our store, urbanvinyldaily.storeenvy.com, and check out all the awesome things we have available from great artists from all over the world. Or you can head over to our PayPal and just straight up donate to us to help us keep the lights on and keep things going by going to paypal.com and sending money over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com, and that will help us out in more ways than you know. If you want to keep up with everything going on in the world of UVD, make sure to head over to urbanvinyldaily.com. Or if you're interested in sponsorship information, a comment, or a question, make sure to head over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com and send us a message. And if it's good enough, we'll answer it right here on the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up. As always, this has been an Urban Vinyl Daily production.